This is going to be incredibly exciting as we have a new season happening in China, and also for the Auto Chess mode. There's going to be, I think, 9 new Pokemon being added, 4 removed, 4 new Synergies, and a lot of reworks at the same time. Here was a bit of a teaser first that we already had. We have also, I think, by looking of it, an improved ranking system. There's a new battle arena that I think apparently you can get for free. There's other improvements that make the game smoother as well. And then, of course, we have new units. You can already see a spoiler here. Azumarill, Trevenant. I'm going to go over all the patch notes translated in a second as I'm just scrolling through this. So Azumarill, Trevenant, as well as 1-cost units. And then you can also see Decidueye, or Rowlet, whatever you want to call it, move to a 2-cost unit. So that's going to be very exciting. And then you can see right here we have Ghost, Flying, Poison, and Steel as 4 new types being added to the game. So 4 entire new archetypes for building team comps, and you can see a bit of the ranking system or the new system. I'm not sure how this is going to be. I'm going to figure that out over the course of the season, of course. So let's go through the patch notes because there's quite a lot we need to read through. Again, we're heading a major gameplay update for the Hologrid Battle, which is still considered in the beta version. We have 4 new team combinations, 9 brand new Pokemon, as already mentioned. And the first one we can see right here is the Ghost type. If a Ghost type Pokemon projections avoid taking damage, for 3 seconds, they enter a Ghost state, boosting attack, special attack, and attack speed by gaining damage reduction. Taking damage cancels the Ghost state. And then we have for ×2, we have 15% attack speed, 15% attack and special attack, and 40% damage reduction. For 3 Ghost type, 25 attack speed, 25 special attack, still 40% damage reduction. And on 4, we have 30% attack speed, 30% attack and special attack, 40% damage reduction. Every 5 seconds, all Ghost type projections enter Ghost state and are immune to interruption by damage. That sounds kinda insane. So once you have 4 Ghosts, I don't know how many Ghost Pokemon there will be are. There's still some are hidden or some that we might not fully know yet, right? And they might still rework some certain types as well. So we're going to see if there's even 4, if we also need a Ghost ship to make this happen. So that already sounds very fun. Then we have a Flying type. Flying type Pokemon projections periodically gain buffs every 6 seconds. A wind barrier forms in front of the unit, granting 20% damage reduction for 3 seconds. On 3 Flying type Pokemon, we get additionally a gust sweeps from behind every 6 seconds, increasing attack speed by 20% for 3 seconds. And at 4, at the start of battle, a Whirlwind randomly travels between enemies, dealing damage and reducing their attack speed by 40%. Doesn't sound that crazy to begin with, but we never know what it might combo with, right? So we also might see Decidueye as a Flying type. I assume Ho will be a Flying type. And we're gonna, in a second, you're gonna see all the new Pokemon that are also being added. But yeah, that sounds also still quite interesting already, and also only needs 4 synergy for the max Flying type bonus. For the 3rd type, we have Poison. Each Poison type projection has a move that poisons enemies, enhancing poison damage over time. For 2, 30% dot damage. For 3, 100% extra dot damage. And for 4, every 2 seconds, a random enemy suffers toxic status, taking an extra 160 poison damage per second. Okay, so I guess, is that random? A random enemy, okay. So RNG, depending on how fast you can KO stuff, it's going to be matter a lot. And for 5, increased toxic frequency and all poison damage becomes fixed damage. All poison damage becomes fixed damage. Does it maybe mean true damage? So like it ignores defense and special defense? Maybe? I'm not quite sure what that means, but that requires 5. And maybe by the sounds of it, it could also be something already that could be very insane. And for the last new added one, it's Steel type. Steel type projections become immune to hindrance effects. Lucario and Tinkaton, we already spoiler here, Tinkaton is coming to the game, are no longer affected by hindrance effects. So just a small one, Steel type, just for Lucario and Tinkaton, nothing else. But just having CC immunity just allows for so many things. And depending on who they combo with, right, could already be insane to just run 2 Steel type to make Lucario or Tinkaton a carry Pokemon. And now what I would say to the most exciting part, which are the new Pokemon that are being added. First, we have Trevenant. I don't think they are showcasing right here in the translation, though, what kind of cost they are. But as we saw already, Trevenant will be a 1-cost unit. For the first move, we have links to an enemy sharing 50% of damage taken. Gradually increases max HP by 24% until the end of round. Already sounds pretty strong for like an early game frontline tank. But of course, very vulnerable to just getting hit by AoE damage and doesn't really have any stuns. For the second move, pushes enemies back 2 tiles in current direction, deals 35% of attack damage, knocks back, and heals 30%. Okay, now there's the healing. And the stun at the same time as well. So already sounds very good for an early game tank. And for its Unite move, or for the disc, every 7 seconds deals AoE damage, gains a shield equal to 108% of attack based on number of enemies hit, Afflicting enemies take extra damage equal to 2% of Trevenant's HP. For 1 cost? That could change a lot. That could be, you know, we don't really have many good 1-cost tanks, I feel like. And depending on how strong this is, which it does kinda, the second move and the Unite move sound pretty decent. That could be like a new strong frontline tank. Up next we have Azumarill. Whirlpool deals 108% attack AoE damage and restores same amount of HP. Okay, and then the second move deals 240% attack damage and immobilizes the target. Azumarill becomes untargetable during the cast. Not quite sure what that means. It sounds like it's Unite move, but at the same time not really, but I think that might be it. And for the special for the disc, we have after 5 basic attacks, use Aqua Tail. Yeah, I think the second move is actually its Unite move from normal Unite. That's what it sounds like. And special after 5 basic attacks, uses Aqua Tail for 3 hits, each dealing 1% attack damage and healing 6% of attack. Hits more for hits landed. So that could be pretty insane with like attack speed items, but it's a 1-cost unit. It's a 1-cost unit, so I can't expect too much out of it, but you never know. Maybe some of them are going to be overtuned until, you know, the game has been out for a while, so we will see how that's going to turn out. Then what I really find interesting, they're also putting kind of like wild Pokemon from other modes into this game now. And the first one, there's also going to be a second one in here, but the first one is going to be Arbok. Arbok doesn't even exist as a playable character in your normal Unite. It's just kind of like something from an event. So that's kind of cool that they also do this already. For the first move, we have deals 80% special attack damage, poison target. So of course, it's going to be one of the poison types. And heals 22%. 20% special attack damage for 5 seconds. Okay. Move 2 throws 3 poison needles at random enemies, same poison effect, reducing both attack speed and special attack by 20% for 5 seconds. And for its special, we have every 8 seconds, immobilize cone-shaped enemies for 1 second. So that sounds kind of like, you know, Sableye Unite move or Cassiopeia from League of Legends. Reducing both attack stats by 30% for 5 seconds and gain 50% damage reduction during the cast. So, I mean, probably going to be a frontline, semi-frontline Pokemon. Also sounds pretty interesting. Then we have a Ceruledge. First move deals 220% attack damage in a cone area, heals 35%, so Bitter Blade. Move 2 deals 120% attack damage, reduces defense and special defense by 120, boosts basic attacks into double strikes for 4 seconds. I mean, the second move already sounds pretty insane. The first one could be very fun though for like some Rescue Hood leftovers, frontline Ceruledge, right? All these kind of like all-rounder Pokemon that we see from Unite are often also just frontline, right? So definitely could probably be a frontline Pokemon. And then for the special, after 5 basic attacks, dashes forward, dealing 300% attack damage, immobilizing enemies hit for 1 second. So, depending on how big the AoE is. And then we have another white Pokemon joining the auto chess game, which is a Beartic. Deals 80% cone damage, grants 60% damage reduction for 4 seconds. 60% damage reduction for 4 seconds. Okay. I mean, that sounds pretty good. Move 2, use Ice Rock, drop on random enemy, 208% AoE damage, spawns an Ice Pillar. And for the special, one-time opening move grants allies plus 100 defense, special defense, and a shield. Every time an enemy gains frost status, shielded allies gain additional shield equal to 1.5 of Beartic's HP until it's defeated. So something that just makes your team tankier, another frontline tank for ice. And I think there's also some reworks to like old Synergies. I mean, I haven't really read all of this yet because I kind of wanted to keep it for this video to keep it a bit of a surprise too. So I don't even know what most of these things do. Then as you already saw, we have Tinkaton. For the first move, deals 108% AoE damage, holds enemy skill progression, reduces attack speed by 20% for 3 seconds. So very good against certain comps as well, especially physical ones. Second move, charges and deals 204% AoE damage, so probably Gigaton Hammer or something. Or maybe the Gigaton Hammer is on the special one. After 7 basic attacks, leaps and slams a random enemy, dealing 320% damage and immobilizing them for 2 seconds. I never like this random enemy one, because it can like, you can just lose to complete RNG, but I mean, I guess it's kind of the fun in these games too, right? Is some RNG to it. And normal attacks become enhanced and deal AoE damage. Okay, that sounds nice too. I do like Tinkaton. And it also has a trait. Each skill used permanently increases attack. Wow, it's I mean, those also exist in other chess games, where like you have something that scales until like forever. And Tinkaton does have the scaling passive in its Reunite, so if you have a Tinkaton, you want to get it online similar to like maybe Dark or something, you want to get it online very, very early and very fast to maybe stack it up, depending on how good Tinkaton is, of course. It could also be a completely trash unit, right? So we'll see how that goes, but that already sounds fun to try out. And there's still 3 more Pokemon we can go through. Gyarados being added to Auto Chess, very exciting. Maybe flying and water type at the same time. I think Gyarados can like somewhere flying type as well, right? It already leaps up onto an enemy after a short time and dealing AoE damage and knock up. So we have Bounce. Second move, use Aqua Tail in 3 parts, each dealing 1% damage and restoring 120% HP. And special, after 8 basic attacks, dives and remerges from water, dealing 360 AoE damage and scattering enemies. That does sound pretty strong, but 8 basic attacks is still a lot. Like 8 basic attacks took quite a while to get its Unite move casted again. And then we have Hoopa. Hoopa, move 1, a teleport ring follows a random ally, granting sheet equal to 650% special attack. That sounds like a lot. And restoring 4 skill progress for 5 seconds. So a bit of a support. But a random ally, so it can also fail miserably depending on who it's going to hit on. Hoopa's basic attack copies through the ring. Second move, throws a Shadow Ball, dealing 2% special attack, reducing healing by 1%. Reducing healing by 100%. And enemies also take 25% extra damage for 4 seconds. So I already like this, because these are 2 things where you might have to change your Hoopa move depending on who you're up against. Always like when, you know, you can actually change your move depending on what you're facing. So honestly, I would also like for them to just be allow unlimited choosing, right? So every round you can change your move as much as you want from your Pokemon. I would actually really like this a lot too, because it just would add much more strategy. And I mean, I don't think it would really matter too much otherwise either. I think it would just be more fun if you could change your moves around as much as you want to. So that sounds pretty good. And then for the special, after 3 basic attacks only 3 basic attacks, creates dimension holds under all allies, teleporting berries to them. Each berry grants 15% HP, 20 skill points, 25% attack speed for 4 seconds. Every 3 basic attacks? This already sounds so insanely broken. I don't know what that's gonna be about. What? 3 basic attacks? Okay, something is fishy about this. There has to be something more to it. Because that means pretty much this is permanently up, right? So every, like, 3 basic attacks, everyone gets 20 skill points too, or what? Okay, I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. And then we have, for the final one, which currently is not even fully on screen, let me pull this up a bit right here, is Ho-Oh, which is gonna be a 5-cost unit, joining Miraidon and Mewtwo as a 5-cost unit as far as I'm aware. And it makes sense. I wanted Ho as a fire unit because fire just doesn't have late game, and it kind of needed maybe something. For the first move, revives 1/1/5 defeated allies. Oh, or on 3-star it revives 5 allies. Or heals HP of the lowest health ally if no one are defeated. Okay, so frontline heal for now, and of course a revive. Second move, creates a flame vortex centered on self, granting massive sheet, dealing E damage, and sharing 70% of all allies damage. Vortex deals crazy damage as well, of course, on 3-star 2250 scaling. And then for the Unite move, or special, at the start of a battle, spreads wind buff, 30% attack speed to allies, and 30% attack speed to enemies until end of round. Okay. Doesn't sound too exciting, but of course attack speed does matter a lot in Auto Chess, because attack speed means more moves, right? On certain Pokemon it means more Unite moves, because some special Unite moves are bound to basic attacks, right? For example, Hoopa there, or Gyarados, you can see it's there after 8 basic attacks, so that's gonna be interesting. Doesn't sound like something I would maybe do though, until now. But yeah, I'm gonna, of course you have to see this in action. Without having to see it in action, be hard to tell. So these are the new Pokemon, and now we go to all the balance changes, because there are so many balance changes on top of all of this. Okay, so first we have removal of Wiggly, Psyduck, Greninja, and I think either Serena or Eldegoss. And the translated one, it said Serena, but I saw somewhere else that Eldegoss got removed. So take this with a grain. I mean, maybe we see it a bit later into here if some of them got a change. But yeah, Serena, Eldegoss, one of them goes. These 4 Pokemon will be removed for now and rotated out. As we have also cost adjustment. So Clefable goes from a 4 to a 3-star. 4 cost, sorry, 3-star. From 4 cost to 3 cost. Sylveon from 3 to 4. Gengar from 4 to 3, and Zapdos from 4 to 3. I would like this a lot. I think just changing the game more and more around definitely is going to make it more exciting, and I'm going to see those Zapdos much earlier. It's going to make Electric pretty good. Like, you're going to hit the Zapdos much, much earlier now. Gengar for Burst was pretty OP though, so that's going to be interesting. As we have the first change to Decidueye. I'm going to see what even happens here. Move 1 is fires a shadow attack at the nearest enemy, dealing 1% 8 damage and reducing the defense. So they made it special now, its first move. For the second move, which was Leaf Tornado, no changes. And for the special, after 7 basic attacks, gain 20% attack speed and fires an extra projectile at second target. For 8 seconds, gains an additional 20% attack speed until the end of round. So it changed around its Unite or special with its first move. Okay. I mean, I guess that's fine. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, sure. Then we have a Pikachu. First move, no changes, which is Electro Boy. Second move is now Volt Tackle, I guess. Leaps to target, knocking them airborne and dealing 5 hits of 8% special attack damage. Then returns and boosts the whole team's attack speed by 20% for 3 seconds. So yeah, that's pretty much the old special. Now on the second move. And for the special, we have every 6 seconds uses Thunder to strike the current target and all enemies with 1 tile radius, dealing 4 hits of 110% special attack. Also sounds pretty decent. We have some early game CC, of course. We have some team-wide attack speed, so Pikachu can always be a bit useful. And then gonna see how much the special does when we play game. Maybe it's gonna do like very nice damage. Delphox now gains a permanent increase in skill damage each time a move is used, lasting the whole match. Wait, lasting the whole match? You mean the whole round or the whole entire game? Oh. That sounds very interesting. Gains a permanent increase in skill damage each time a move is used. And we already have like some other Pokemon that give like skill charge now for like Hoopa, for example, and stuff. Of course, we have items that give move points. That sounds very fun. If it's really the entire match and not just the one round, I'm gonna see it. Like, again, some of these translations might be a bit wrong. So yeah. But that would be very fun. I like things that stack forever as well. So that could be very, very nice. Then we have Alolan Ninetales, which was a terrible unit, right? One of the worst units in the first season of this game. Let's see what happens now. First move uses Blizzard on the current target, pushing them back 1 tile and dealing 100% special attack damage. That already sounds very good. Just the pushback, because that makes them have to walk up again. So they're gonna lose a lot of time. And followed by another storm at the end for 240% special attack. That already sounds much better. Second move targets the enemy with the highest special attack using Avalanche, or attack on special attack using Avalanche, creating an ice wall. It collapses after a short time, dealing 26% damage and more enemies for 1.5 seconds. Okay, interesting targeting. Targeting the highest attack and special attack. Alright, and then for the special, at the start of the battle, cast Veil, all allied projections in range gain 20% damage reduction and 25% attack speed until the end of the round. I'm not sure how that was right now, but yeah, let me check. It was pretty much the same, it's just they buffed the attack speed by 5%. So, attack speed buffed by 5%. Not all too much, but I feel like this sounds very interesting. This first move and the second one also targeting the enemy carry, right? The highest attack, special attack will probably be a carry. And stunning them could be huge. That could be nice. Lucario. First move, deal 84% attack damage to each enemy on the field and heal 36% of attack as HP. Each hit counts as a basic attack. Okay. But wait. So is the buff to this that it counts now as a basic attack? Yeah. It counts as a basic attack, which didn't before. So it's gonna proc also Muscle Band and stuff. Interesting. Counts as a basic attack. So it's just good for items. Then for the second one, we have move 2 deals 2% attack damage to enemies in front and heals for the same amount. So we have close combat, I assume now. That's close combat, so power punch is gone, which is kind of sad because I really like the power punch sometimes as like a gimmick frontline thing. But this might just be better. But yeah, that's close combat. And then special got nerfed. No longer applies hindrance effects. Okay. I mean, he's gonna have the, yeah, he's gonna have, wait. No longer plays hindrance effects. No longer plays hindrance effects. Oh, like Bone Rush doesn't stun anymore. Got it. Bone Rush, while it was pushing them away, it doesn't stun anymore. Enemies, okay. So, I mean, that was very strong. I do understand them nerfing that a bit. Okay, sure. Then we have Cinderace. Specials got changed after 5 basic attacks briefly enter guard mode and gain 30% attack speed for 4 seconds. Every 5 basic attacks throws a fireball dealing 180% damage to the target and surrounding enemies. Damage increases the lower the target's HP is. Oh, that sounds like a strong buff. That sounds like a very strong buff to Cinderace. Then we have Inteleon, second move, which was pretty much never used, was pretty bad. Fires 8 water bullets at the enemy with the highest HP. Highest HP. Each dealing special attack damage plus 2% of the target's max HP. So it's something to kill tanks. I mean, yeah, okay. I'm not sure if that is any useful, not gonna lie. But it does have max HP damage. I guess it depends on who you're focusing. But yeah, liquidation just always felt a bit weird, not gonna lie. But I mean, at least you now know who it shoots to. But yeah, not really feeling it. Espeon, visual effects for the special move have been improved, so not much there, just some visual effects. Urshifu! Pokemon Auto Chess's favorite thing, right? Oh, that's gonna be, let's see what's happening to Urshifu. 3-hit combo dealing damage, attack damage, the third hit always crits. and launches the target. That all used to be the second one, right? So they switched it around, I assume. They switched the second move to the first one. Yep, that's what they did. So liquidation is probably gone then. No, they changed it around. The second move is now liquidation. Oh, they changed it around. Okay. But otherwise, I don't see any changes. Looks still the same when it comes to it. They changed, okay, move 1 and move 2 around. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You always played Urshifu anyways for the second thing, right? But Kapu was pretty strong with the shield sometimes. But I don't think it matters too much. And then special evolves basic attacks every 8 hits from normal to empower to surging strikes. Oh. Wait, but surging... Okay. Final hit of surging strikes deals AoE damage. So it no longer like leaps towards the enemies, I assume? And it's now evolves basic attacks every 8 hits. That sounds interesting though. That sounds fun as well. So it might... and it goes from normal empower to surging strikes. Every 8 hits. I need to see some of these in action, otherwise I can't really tell. I'm really gonna see these in action. Now Clefable. Clefable already saw a bit, got a big nerf now. You always used to just put a Clefable in, have Moonlight, right? But they changed it around. Now Moonlight is the second move. And the first move is Follow Me. They changed move 1 and move 2 around. But the thing is, Clefable is not a 3-cost unit, so it should be easier to also hit a 2-star Clefable, right? Which then you can go for Moonlight again. But I feel like that does make a lot of sense. Like, the Clefable was a very, very strong unit. Changing around does make sense. And I think the healing is also nerfed, though. Actually, no, yeah, it's a bit nerfed. The healing is also nerfed. I mean, it's a 3-cost unit now, so of course it should be weaker than before. And for the special, every 8 seconds, cast multiple Draining Kisses to steal special attack to enemies within 2 tiles. Spawns a healing heart that flies to the ally with the lowest HP, restoring special attack as HP. That sounds interesting too. Casts multiple Draining Kisses. Okay. Also something I need to see in action to really see. But that does sound kind of fun. Zapdos we have. First move fires an element cannon on hit at the end. It explodes, dealing damage. I mean, that already have, right? So, second move visual effects improved. Honestly, the second move was always weird. I literally could not tell what it did for most of the time. I'm gonna be very honest. I had no idea. So, of course, they nerfed this, I assume. Fires an electromagnetic cannon. Was it like something new? Wait. It explodes. I mean, that's what we already had this, right? This is already what we have, but I think it's just less damage now, right? It should be less damage because it's a 3-cost unit. And yeah. And then special every 2 seconds, cast Thunderbolt that chains through enemies, dealing special attack once per target. Okay. Every 2 seconds, cast Thunderbolt that chains. Every 2 seconds. That sounds, I mean, that sounds pretty good for electric. Especially because it's much easier to achieve now. And I feel like Zapdos Unite was always kind of bad. Like, it took too long to cast and didn't do that much damage. So yeah, understandable. Now we have Sylveon. Sylveon. First move creates for firebolts targeting enemies. So Mystic Fire is now the first move. And again, also remember, Sylveon is a 4-cost unit now. So, you know, went from 3 to 4 cost. So always part of the, gotta make sure we have this in mind. So Mystic Fire is not the first move, so you actually have damage on it instead of Draining Kiss. And the second move is Hyper Voice though now. Continuously shout in a cone, dealing special attack. Each reuse adds 0.5 seconds to 1.5 second base duration. So Draining Kiss is completely gone. Maybe it's on the special one. But yeah, okay. Sure. And then we have the special. Every 8 seconds, jumps into the air and slams down, dealing special attack to enemies within 2 tiles and heals itself for HP. Rapidly recharges skill meter. Rapidly recharges the skill meter. I mean, but we already have that, right? It's probably just, some of these are probably just like stats buffs, right? It's just more, yeah. It's the same, but just better. Because it's now, wait, no, is it less? 220, healing for 25. I think it heals a bit more, but I think it does a bit less damage. We'll see. Okay. Alright, and then we have a 3-star version of Sylveon. Range increases to 4 tiles. If enemy is KO'd, the move can be used immediately. I mean, again, 3 stars insta-win anyways, doesn't matter what happens, because it has 2,200 scaling. So it doesn't matter what happens on 3-star, it automatically wins the game. So, unless it's against another 3-star 4-cost unit, of course, right? Then we have Tyranitar with some changes. We have the first move. It takes an affront dealing damage. Close enemies are knocked back. Attack range cycles between 3 patterns. Okay. Second move surrounds itself with a Sandstorm, dealing AoE damage with 35% lifesteal over 3 seconds. So, Tyranitar with completely new moves, right? Unless the first one is Stone Edge? But it sounds much different. No, I think it's the Stone Edge there, right? Yeah, it's the Stone Edge. Yeah, never mind. Oh, that's the Stone Edge. I was just confused by the attack range pattern or something, but it's exactly the same text. Yeah, no, that's just Stone Edge. Okay, okay. So Stone Edge is the first move, and second move is new though. Sandstorm, damage with Lifesteal. And for the special, after 3 basic attacks, enters Berserk mode. Basic attacks become AoE guaranteed crits, 50% attack speed, immune to crowd control. So, yeah, I think that's better, right? Not sure. I mean, sometimes I can't really tell, honestly. Sometimes I can't really tell what the difference right here is now. Because I don't really have the ult text. They should have like maybe the ult text and the new text there. That would make a lot of sense. But I think before he just always was instantly in the enrage mode, right? He started in the enrage mode instantly, so maybe it's a small nerf to it instead. But guaranteed crits? Did it have guaranteed crits before? Yeah, it was. Yeah, of course, right? Yeah. Okay. And 50% attack speed. I think it got nerfed. By the looks of it, it's Unite Special got nerfed. And we have Dragonite. First move dashes sideways, gains attack speed, so Dragon Dance, and basically becomes empowered for 5 seconds. The extra 5% of target's max HP. That sounds very strong. Oh wow, that sounds very strong. To just kill frontline too. So first move now, Dragon Dance, and then second and special have no changes. Then we have Mewtwo as we're almost at the end, I think. There's also some like, wait, there's some more. I think this is something I'm missing as well. For Mewtwo, for the first move, you have teleport to the farthest enemy, Mega Evolving into Mewtwo Mega X. So now the special is the first move, gain attack speed, special defense, crit guaranteed for 5 seconds. Crit guaranteed for 5 seconds. Okay. So its Unite move is now the first move, and that sounds pretty good. Second move, sends a Psywave at random enemies for attack damage, reducing their damage by 10% for the rest of the run, gains 7% damage reduction, triggers Mega Evolution as above. Also triggers Mega Evolution. Not quite sure, I don't quite understand all of this. Special after 5-8 basic attacks, open a Trick Room on field, raising all enemy skill progress cap by 50 for 5 seconds. Whoa. After 8 basic attacks, opens a Trick Room on field, raising all enemy skill progress cap. So it's gonna take much longer for the enemies to build up every single move. That sounds pretty annoying to be up against. Oh my, that sounds very annoying. And for the last thing, we have Miraidon. Drops 5 meteors on random enemies, dealing special attack AoE damage and immobilizing. For the second move, fires a charge beam in a straight line. Still the same, continuously until target is KO'd. Oh, so the special is not the first one. But it doesn't, no, it still stuns. It's now the first move though. And for the special, every 5 seconds, cast electric terrain. Allies gain 15% skill damage. And enemies are permanently immobilized for 1 second. I mean, that's not, wait. That was the first move sounds even worse than, but like, that sounds so disgustingly OP, right? Even worse than before. I don't know where the changes though are to synergies. Other team combinations and Pokemon projections have also received balance changes. Please refer to the balance update section for full details. Maybe I'm missing still something. Let me check. Well, I checked the Shinies official patch notes and I really couldn't find any changes towards the synergies. So yeah, there's not maybe. Maybe they just forgot about them yet because it said maybe also some synergy changes. But I guess for now, maybe not. We will see on patch day or when it comes out actually.